Deuteronomy chapter 31. We almost get the last of megalomaniac Moses, a few thousand years of the Babylon Club, not long compared to eternity, and perhaps, as they say, a necessary evil, to help land us back in a new universe. Let me get back to that when I finish. God said I couldn't come with you people because I got pissed off once and hit a rock with my rod. Don't worry though. God will go ahead of you to prepare for the slaughters. Joshua will be your military monarch, and the Lord will wipe out the Canaanites like he did the Amorites. Be strong, never fear. Obey, God won't forsake you. After Moses addressed the Israelites, the last 30 chapters, last 40 years, last several thousand, he tells Joshua the same thing. And he wrote it down and handed out copies of the first version of the Torah, though it hadn't been yet written in real reality. Moses didn't write anything. In real reality, there was more than one author sitting in the castles writing for the book, for the people of the book. You can see the style changes, but no matter. It's horror fantasy and could be seen as the first attempt at making a framework or a foundation of meaning where before there was little written meaning. In a way, it was a noble attempt, a brutal but realistic start for written language. A virus in many ways, but the words and meanings were kept safe from 1,000 wars and can now be read by all who can read. The virus can be filtered out of our language. Moses didn't know about the possibilities of the evolution of human language and thinking. He didn't know what instinct was. He knew soldiers must obey, like they still do. The grab-all-you-can-get game requires soldiers. Just ask any nation that no longer exists because their soldiers were too few or not well equipped. So Moses made it law that all Israel would get together and read the laws every 7 years. Verse 10. Every 7th year you shall read the teachings aloud in the presence of all Israel. That's a law forever. What, of course, is completely impossible, or nearly completely impossible. It would be virtually impossible, virtually possible now. In fact, let's set it up. All Jews, Christians, and Muslims read the book that was the foundation of Western religion and customs, here for your convenience on the World Wide Web, free for your friends at anticult.org and barbarella.de, and read online by yours truly, John Rah. Download, make copies, and give them to friends. Feel free to print a few copies and read the story of Moses in the universities and cafes. You could probably buy one copy at smashwords.com, and if you share it out, I'm not going to be chasing anybody. So, everybody in the Western world... Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's infringing my own copyright laws. Everybody in the Western world should read this. Not for blessings, for knowing your heritage. And everyone who claims to be Jewish, Christian, or Muslim must. It is law. We must understand what our ancestors were about. It is brutal beyond what a child could imagine, but it is about us, and we are too dangerous to be ignorant. Ignorant is a tool of war. Moses gave other reasons why it is law to read the Torah every 7th year, but it doesn't matter. If you have read this far for the first time, read it again. Know what you believe, so that you will no more believe. God told Moses to write a poem so people don't forget they are soldiers. Sit around and get fat. Because, like we know, the Israelites are a stiff-necked and defiant people. And with Moses out of the way, they were certain to run amok. Turn right wicked and get every kind of misfortune and evil thrown at them. The tortures of dualistic dictatorship. But I think we'd like to look at this shortly in a positive direction. I mean, it's not the only old book. There's a few from Greece still around. But they all have a whole horde of gods. This one likes to convince us there's only one. No, not even that. It only wants us to believe that there's one God that's true and the rest of them are liars or not important. The other thought was getting started in a universe like the one we got here is a grand event. And it's not going to happen without pain. Just like if you talk to somebody that does weightlifting, they say, well, no pain, no gain. Is that true? Maybe. I don't know. But what we have is a coming through of... Oh, I can hear better now. We start each universe at the beginning. There's no other way to do it because you have to get everything through a point. And to get everything through a point, I mean, everything's there in potentiality, but not in real-time reality. So everything has to go through the process. We need 8 billion years before we even get a planet like the Earth. Maybe one came out sooner, we don't know, but probably not in this galaxy. Otherwise we would see space aliens. And we don't. They haven't come to visit us. Anybody that thinks that crop circles or alien sightings is real is a fool. There's no such thing as aliens. There might be one day. We might be them. We might... How did what's his name say it? Explore until we saw of it and come back to the same spot and see it for the first time. And that could be the way it happens. We can go around the Milky Way and get back to where we started and say, holy shit, the planet Earth. What's that all about? But that's not the point. The point was evolution takes time, and the evolution of language it goes beyond. It's an event that goes beyond all events. We've come to a point where we can actually perceive and observe the universe. I mean, this is consciousness. This is space consciousness. How do you say cosmic consciousness? We are conscious in the cosmos of the cosmos. And that is a grand event. And it's not going to happen without a little bit of working at it. And right now we have to work on our language because it has been poisoned by the ruling class who saw an opportunity to get what they wanted without having to work for it, just sell a bunch of lies and hack people down with swords. And that is what has been happening since the advent of swords and the advent of language. We have been telling lies. And the lies must stop if we're going to go any further. Otherwise we're going to come to an end. Humans will come to an end, and either they're going to be extinct or they're going to evolve into what Nietzsche would say the Übermensch. Something above the human. So, let's get on it.